Hi guys, it's me. We're here tonight.
Gotcha.
We're about to rank some games with our friend Bradshaw. We're gonna do two different lists. I'm gonna do mine first. Well, we're kind of gonna mix it a little bit. We're gonna kind of go like middle of the ground, give our takes on each game, and then we're gonna kind of sort through where each one would go and everything. I'm probably gonna do like my list first, and then I'll have his up on the second one. But yeah, we're doing these in order from Combat Evolved and everything, so we're not starting like chronologically correctly, but we're gonna start kind of correctly, based off of release. With this list, there are none of the like oddball games like Spartan Assault and such, and some like the weird like spin-offs they've done. It's more just the mainline Halo titles, including Wars 1 and 2. So be ready for that. Hey Bradshaw.
So,
So I'll say this just so you know why we're doing this. I've seen a lot of angry takes today on Twitter of people's rankings of Halo. And I said, damn, I kind of want to get on that. That sounds like a fun time. It's just people getting mad over people's opinions of a video game series that's over 20 years old. Um, that's kind of what gave me the idea to do this. And I wanted you here, Lum, because, our friendship kind of started with Halo. Of me being a Gears of War kid and you being a Halo kid and hating each other.
real.
So I said, this is appropriate to have Bradshaw here for. So, Bradshaw, we're going to start with Combat Evolved. Where do you put it? In S, A, B, C, D, or F, and why?
Are we going like chronologically?
Yeah, we're gonna go Halo Wars or Halo 1, 2, 3, Wars, ODST, Reach, uh, Combat Evolved Anniversary, 4, 2 Anniversary, 5, Wars 2, and then Infinite. So kind
Okay.
of chronologically based off of release date.
Okay.
So Combat Evolved is our first one. Where do you put it and why?
Let's see. I probably put it at S.
Put it at a strong
Just like
S.
mainly just because like when the game out, when the game came out, it was like such a groundbreaking like game. Like nothing like that was existed.
I can get that. I can get behind
Like
that.
it created like a good amount of like sci-fi games.
Yeah, I'd say most sci-fi-esque games that came after Combat Evolved were probably heavily influenced by Combat Evolved. I'd go as far as say even the Mass Effect series, also third-person shooter and different. The combat style and such kind of is Halo-esque, and there's clearly some, you know, ties in inspiration. But I would also put Combat Evolved in S simply because of being in school with my friends in Florida, and we found a way to get Halo Combat Evolved on the computers at school, and every day at lunch we would just go to our class, like whoever got lunch would get lunch, and then we'd come back to the classroom and just all play against each other in Combat Evolved, and it was like the best thing ever. And it was even funnier because I would whoop ass in Combat Evolved because I grew up playing Halo. Well, half of them didn't; they were all PlayStation kids, but it was just awesome. So I can, and also the Magnum, like, listen, it's kind of iconic at this point. I feel like it has to be there. It has to be an S tier game. What about two? Where would you put it?
So two, like, is it personal ranking
Yeah,
or is it like
no,
okay?
it's personal. It's an opinion. It's subjective.
All right. So Halo 2 is probably my lowest scored game, just because like I didn't really get to play it a whole lot.
So that'd be like D or F.
I want to say B, not because of like anything wrong with it. Like I went back years later and I played it, I enjoyed it.
So you
But
take
like
B.
it for me it doesn't hold like as much like emotional attachment as I say Reach.
Okay, I get it. I I don't know. For me, I think Halo 2 goes in A. I played it more than the original Combat Evolved, but so for Halo 2 for me, I would give an A tier. Um like personally, I didn't spend as much time with it as I did Combat Evolved. Well, actually, maybe I did. I don't know. I'm trying to think how much time I put into Halo 2 before I got my 360 and everything. Like, I played the game quite a bit, but I think I don't have as much sentimental value with 2. I love the game. I think it's great. Like, gameplay wise, I think better than Combat Evolved, but for, like, personal, like, nostalgia factor and memories with it, I don't have as many. But I can stand with a B, but I would personally go A.
See, I feel like if Microsoft or not Microsoft, if Bungie could have done like everything they really wanted to do with Halo 2, and they didn't get rushed,
Yeah,
like I don't know.
it may be higher.
Yeah.
That's fair. What about
Like it feels like really ambitious, but like
Oh, dude, the game was
there's some parts that it just like completely
just
just fails.
yeah.
It's
That game
like,
was
come on.
that game was insane. It was like such a Jurassic step up from Combat Evolved, like graphically and just also like how the game played.
Oh yeah.
But it's weird too because it still feels like Halo, but it's definitely a step. It's a giant fucking step. But on to our next one, Halo 3. Where do you put it?
So we could have multiple in each slot, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Halo 3 definitely another S.
I
That
agree.
was like one of my first like Halo games I really played.
I can 100% back an S tier for 3. That is probably like single handedly one of the games that I have the most hours into. And I feel like people like talking down on 3 a lot now, but I don't know. Something about that game just. Even when I was playing the Master Chief Collection, I was like, damn, I just really want to play 3. Because that game was
Honestly,
just so fucking
for
fun.
me it's a little bit of like the story too. Like the music, the ending, the Warthog
Yeah.
run.
There's some iconic ass things in 3, but for me, it's the multiplayer. Just playing that for years and just every day I'd like play and just be like, oh, this is the funnest game ever. Like, I don't know, there hasn't been a Halo experience for me that has come close to how I feel about 3 of just being able to sit there for I mean later actually there will be one and it's probably gonna make people mad but I don't care, but 3 is like just one of those games that I could still go back and play it to this day and just have a blast. I can have the most fun
Yeah.
because to me it's just the gunplay is really fun, the maps are phenomenal, I love every single map on that game. Every weapon is super fun to use. Even like some of the shittier ones are just fun. Vehicle combat felt really good, and it's just I don't know. I just I fucking love that game. I'd also agree that the campaign, possibly one of my favorites, definitely up there.
One of Bungie's best stories, 100%.
I,
It really is.
I can back that. I love Halo 3. To me, it's just a perfect game. It is. Whenever I think about Halo, if I'm looking at it from like a Bungie perspective, I'm always like, oh yeah, Halo 3, that's where it's at. Halo 3 was the shit. Back when it came out, and then like multiplayer at that time was just an experience that you had to be there for, and I look back on very, very fondly. So the next one that comes up, I think you'll be more talkative about this game than I will be, but it's Halo Wars, the first one.
Yeah.
Where do you put it?
That one that one I really enjoy too, honestly.
Yeah, I know you're a big Halo Wars enjoyer. Would you put it in S tier or would it be A?
See, like I've always loved like those types of like strategy games.
Yeah,
Like having it with Halo, blowing up fucking Covenant. I'm like, that's cool. Like
I
I
can
I
back it.
enjoy like actually being able to control like the Marine forces and stuff.
Yeah, definitely for me, it's like, for me personally, it's C. But I figured for you it'd be A or S because I know you fucking love that game and you you played it quite a fucking bit.
Yeah, but for me it can be an S. Like
So Halo Wars would
I,
be an S for you. For me, it'd be a C. I enjoy strategy games, but I don't spend a lot of time with them. It's usually just like a one and done thing, so I don't have like a lot of attachment to it. But I can get it for somebody who you like enjoying those games a fuckload. I can get why it's an S tier. For me personally, though, it'd be right here in C. Our next one, this one's personally one of my favorites. It's Halo 3 ODST. Where would you put it?
It's gonna be another S, man. Like,
Dude, I agree. ODST
like,
is insanely good.
like I mean, they're all like really good games. Like,
Yeah,
it's hard to rank like one, like way above the other because they're all so fucking good.
I get it. No, I think 3 is possibly my favorite Halo campaign due to like the missions where you're in the city fucking trying to stealth around and kill Covenant like when it's appropriate, use like your melee a lot, you get the suppressed SMG and the suppressed Magnum. Fucking awesome. It's goaded. Also, the implementation of using night vision was really cool. I thought that was sick. And then also, it's just cool that you get to play as an ODST. The ODSTs are badass.
And they did night vision like perfect.
Yeah, it's so cool. Also, my
Like
favorite.
they did it the way night vision should be done in like a kind of like tactical shooter.
Yeah, definitely. I can agree with that. Also, we get introduced to personally my favorite AI in ODST, which is the superintendent. He's fucking sick. I love that little fucker. Every time I log on to Infinite, I'm playing a game and I hear S7 Sniper ready for pickup. I'm like, brother, you don't have to tell me twice. I'm gonna go get it. That game is just perfect though. And also, that was the first iteration of Firefight, which objectively one of my favorite Halo modes. I would.
Yeah.
That just kind of serves even further. And then also like there was a map pack that came with it too for 3. It was like dual discs. You got like you got the 3 multiplayer discs that came with all the maps and everything, and then you got the actual ODST game disc. I remember that specifically. I think I still have mine. I just have to go through and find it, but I think I still have it. But I agree, that's an S tier game. Perfect. Now Bradshaw, you're gonna have some words.
Yeah.
It's Reach.
Well, I mean, I know some people don't like Reach or whatever, but like, I played that game so much.
Dude, the amount of hours you put into that, I automatically put it in S tier just because I know where it ranks for you. You are a Reach lover. Like that is,
Yeah.
I think year after year, I'm like, if somebody asks me like, what's Bradshaw's favorite game? I'm like, it's probably Halo Reach. That fucker played that game. You didn't just sit there and like do a playthrough playlist. You didn't you hit max rank? Didn't you hit Forerunner in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like you grinded that game. And honestly, I agree. It's an S tier. I know people disagree. I know a lot of people say like, "Oh, the movement's really clunky. The use of the powers are clunky." I'm like, I don't fucking care. It's fun as hell. And honestly, one of my favorite multiplayer experiences when it comes to Halo. Like it's just awesome. Like my only complaint is the game doesn't have a battle rifle. But it's fine. We got the DMR. I love the DMR. The bloom may have been fucking insane, but once you got the bloom down, possibly one of the best Halo weapons we've ever had. The AR was goated in it. The Magnum was like every weapon just felt good in that game. Except one, the focus rifle.
So cool.
Focus rifle's still shit. I hate that weapon. Always will. It was good in firefight and campaign. Multiplayer sucked. Also, it's when Bungie started doing the really cool thing where they would have like the weekly Forge picks for multiplayer, where people would just make maps and then they would just get thrown into a playlist. Like, oh, these are like the most upvoted and best at like most looked at ones. Let's throw it into a game mode. Also, wasn't that the first one with Griffball? Wasn't Griffball introduced as like an actual mode in Reach, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah.
I think it was. I think
so.
I think it was.
Yeah.
And I mean, I love Griffball. That is that's a goated ass mode. That's an iconic Halo mode, and I feel like a lot of new Halo players don't know what the fuck Griffball is. If you don't, look it up. Just go have fun with it. So yeah, Reach S tier for me. We both think it's a perfect game, and there's a lot of memories encased in that game. From playing it with friends to shit, we played that a lot when we first became friends because it was either I'd be playing Halo Reach with you or playing Gears of War, and then God, you kind of just played everything. You'd find some random fucking game that's like, I'm gonna get this. So
honestly.
our next one we kind of already rated, but we're gonna go back to it because it's a different edition. We're gonna go to the Combat Evolved Anniversary, um, which was a bit different. Same game, updated graphics, still the insane Magnum. But where do you put the Anniversary edition of Combat Evolved?
I mean, they fixed a lot of the things I guess that were fucked up with the first one
Yeah.
when they first released it.
Oh yeah.
Very bunchy thing to do.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it was my
That
was a bunch. It was a three four
it
three.
was
Yeah, no, it
it
was
was
complete.
yeah, it was 343.
Yeah. So I'm just traumatized with bunchy now.
They fixed a lot of their issues. Yeah, then you look at Destiny, you're like, maybe they don't.
I just think any problem ever is caused by Bungie now, just because of how much they fuck up.
This game turned out really bad. Was Bungie involved with it? No, I would say personally, I didn't play Combat Evolved Anniversary Load. I would put it at a solid B tier because it doesn't hold as
That
much.
could be too.
Yeah, it doesn't hold as much value to me as the OG, but the updated campaign, I love it. I remember playing it the first time. I was like, holy shit, this game looks really good for that. What was it, like 2011 when it came out? It still holds up. Still looks amazing. So I put it I put it at a B tier. And here's where where we might disagree. Halo 4. Where do you put it?
I'm gonna say a C.
Okay. Me personally,
I'm gonna say a C.
I would say a B tier for me now. But I know Halo 4 is, and I'll say it for 5 as well for you, but those aren't your style of Halo games. Like, you're a big fan of what they kind of brought back with Infinite, where it's like you spawn in with 2 weapons, you fight for power weapons, and that's how you play. And I get a lot of the criticisms of 4 because it's not like classic Halo. It's very much a different thing with and even the things I don't like. I think a class system in Halo is weird. I never understood why they did that. I guess 343 wanted to be they were ambitious in good ways with that game. I think the gunplay feels solid. I like the way a lot of guns performs. I think the sound design's pretty good, and I've grown to really like it over the years when I've went back and experienced it. But there's definitely some faults. Honestly, I know a lot of people don't like the campaign of it. I had a lot of fun with the campaign. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun. And I think it's even cool now, watching people who worked at Bungie who watched the transition happen, and then we're talking about no, they did really good at that game. That's probably the direction we would have went if we would have been forced to work on Halo 4. So hearing Bungie even give it praise and being yeah, it was ambitious, but it's quite literally where we were looking to go anyway. So I think that's really cool. But for me personal, B tier, but I understand why you put it in C tier. I love the game though. I think it's really fucking fun. Also, Halo 4 tied with 3, the best swap mode we've ever had in Halo. The maps were good for it. The guns felt good in it. And I actually played it a fuckload. That's mostly what I play when I play Halo 4. Next, this one I don't know where this is gonna go for you, but it's Halo 2 Anniversary. Because I never hear you speak about the Anniversary edition of Halo 2 really. So I don't know where it's gonna be for you. Where would you put it?
Honestly, I barely played it.
So where's it gonna rank? Is it gonna be C, D, or F?
Put it in D just because
Okay. You actually
they already had the first one. Why not just go ahead and do all of them?
That's true. That's true. I get it. 2 Anniversary for me solely for multiplayer purposes. I'd put it in A tier. I love opening up Master Chief Collection, hopping onto that game, playing multiplayer. It feels great. Personal opinion, best looking sniper rifle design was in the Anniversary edition. It looks fucking sick. It looks bulky and beefy. It looks like a sniper rifle that would do some damage. Sound design sounds really good. They changed a little bit of that. The maps feel really good. It feels a little bit less clunky than Halo 2 did. Personally, A. But yeah, I was like, I never hear you speak about this game, so I don't think you'll have much to say on it.
Yeah, no.
Okay, well, here we're gonna probably agree, and I'm just gonna be straight up about it. It's Halo 5. I personally put 5 at F. I barely fucking play.
I'll put it at a very, very low D.
I can get behind it, honestly. Um, Halo 5 was a game. I still don't really enjoy it. I think there's good things about it. The gameplay itself was improved from 4, but I'm just not going to let any developer get away with the whole like gambling thing that was going on at that time, and I hated that. It was cool to see the variants of weapons and like some that were like part of the lore. That was sick. Um, but when I gotta open a pack to get like a sniper rifle that I can use one fucking time, um, why? That just, I'm good. Also, I barely fucking played the game. I thoroughly just did not enjoy it. The story was cool, short, but it was cool. Was weird to be left with like a to be continued. That was odd. Do you remember anything?
Yeah.
Do you remember anything from the story really? Because I genuinely don't.
I remember like Cortana going like rampant or whatever.
Yeah, I remember
Like she
that.
takes over the Guardian like network or whatever.
Yeah,
And
I
she
remember that.
activates the Guardians, and then like all the AI, I think like start joining her or some shit,
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember that, but
and then they all like I think they all like turn on them some shit,
that
and
is
they're like, oh no, get lost on a planet, and then they all fucking do whatever on the weird alien Forerunner planet thing.
on the weird alien Forerunner planet thing. You know, I wish I remembered more about that game so I could like actually talk about it, but I just don't. I
I mean,
remember.
they're like I can't remember what the game mode was called.
Oh, the
The
Warzone mode.
PvP mode, Warzone. There we go.
That was a sick. I will give it that. It had Warzone and Warzone Firefight later. Sick mode. I would
Those
be.
two were fun.
I would not be opposed to a mode like that coming back. I thought that mode was cool.
That was like the only mode I played.
Same. It was the only one that
Like,
I gave a shit about. I was like, oh, this is really fun and cool. It was like big team battle, but more chaotic because there was like actual like AI enemies on the map you have to fight, and they would give you like certain like power ups and shit that you could use. So the whole team was just fighting for it. I thought that was
yeah.
cool. But other than that, I just don't care for the game. Doesn't mean shit to me. And maybe if there was a PC port for it, I would go back and play it and enjoy it. But I don't see that being a likely thing. Our next one is Halo Wars 2. Where would you put it?
Put it at a D.
At a D. Yeah,
Actually, yeah, a D.
yeah. I didn't spend really any time with Halo Wars 2. I kind of wish I did. I recently went back and like watched a lot of the cinematics from the game. Looks fucking sick. Um, I don't know. I just really wasn't playing a lot of Halo at that time, so I didn't spend a lot of time with it. I think that's mostly when I was. It was around the time that I think Gears 4 came out, if I'm not mistaken. So I was focused on that. I really wasn't caring about anything that Halo was doing, other than playing MCC a lot whenever it finally got fixed. See, I can agree. Solid D. I don't have a lot to say to you.
For me, it wasn't a very good like strategy game. I don't know.
Really.
Yeah, it
I
was alright.
I
They
don't.
they changed some stuff that I'm like, why?
I get it. I honestly maybe if I back and played it, I've thought about it here and there. Like maybe I should definitely give this game a shot. I just haven't. I may do that though in the future and actually see if I like it or not. And then we're on to the last one. I'm gonna state my opinions. I'm gonna let you do yours on this one. It's Infinite. I'm gonna say it. Don't care if it makes me mad. Infinite. S tier for me. I think it is personally 343's best work. I think what they did with Infinite, taking the old school Halo formula and then taking a little bit of what they had thrown into Halo with Halo 4 and 5 and kind of giving a little mix mash, was the perfect decision. Going back to the old school style of Halo where it's you spawn in with 2 weapons, 2 grenades, you fight for power weapons and power ups on the map, done really well. I think the way they did the power ups is by far the best way that they've done it in a Halo game. Especially some of like the newer ones too, like the repulsor and the fucking grapple hook. All that shit's super fun to use, and there's like different methods of using it. Especially like with the repulsor, where you can like use it for movement, or you can throw somebody back out a wall or off the fucking map. I think it just feels really good. Like I just genuinely love that game, and it's probably why I play it so much. To me, it's like a classic Halo feel, but with everything I liked from the other 343 games just mixed into one. And I'm like, yeah, this is great. I will agree the game's had a lot of downsides with content when it came out, and a lot of Microsoft decisions that 343 have been kind of forced to implement, which has really halted the game in a lot of ways. But talking as a core game, I think it's a perfect Halo experience. If you loved Halo 1, 2, and 3, but you also enjoyed some of the aspects of 4 and 5, I think you'll all around just be like, yeah, this game's great. Like, why the fuck would I not play this? Um, so, Bradshaw, I know you have some differing opinions. I know it's not one of your favorites. So, where would you put
For
it?
for me, it's A, because
Okay.
it's closer to like what I want a Halo to be.
Yeah.
But there's just like a few gripes. I'm like, eh.
I know you're not a
It
big fan of current Halo movement.
yeah, the movement's kind of odd to me.
I get it.
It feels like so slow but weirdly fast.
I get it. It's definitely something that I talked about it a little bit today. Of it's one of those things you have to get used to in that game, and you kind of have to like you have to find your own ways of using it to your own advantage, which I think is a huge part of it. Um, but I get it. I can definitely get why somebody wouldn't like it and be like, no, this is not that great of a game, or it's not one of my favorites. Uh, for me, it's personally just like it was where I downloaded Infinite with really no expectations. I didn't have a lot to say for the game. I was like, I want to give it a shot. I want to see how I feel about it, and then I fucking fell in love with it. I was like, yeah, this game is just awesome. Like, I have so much fucking fun with it, and I don't see myself stopping like anytime soon to play like to stop playing it. I know once I hit Hero, I'm probably gonna take a break and do other shit because it's such a long grind. But the game just has something for me. I don't know. It's like my like I said, it's like a mix of everything I liked from the game. So I had to kind of had to give it some respect. I fucking love the game personally.